This is another variety of Lavandula stoicus. This is Silver Anuk in full bloom. This is known for its really gray foliage. It's got a nice compact, you see how these are stiffer on top? A little more, pretty much all at one level. Nice look, more refined. This is Lavandula stoicus Amy Pink. So Lavandula stoicus, most of these are kind of 18 to 24 inches high by about 3 feet wide. I've seen them as wide as 4 feet if you really just let them go. Most people keep these tight around 18 to 24 inches in diameter, and if you see the video on pruning, you'll see why that is. So these are really amazing when they're young. The first 2 to 3 years, they're heavy bloomers. This is near the coast and they just love it here. This is September 1st, by the way. So if you deadhead these, they will repeat bloom many times, and this is as heavy as a bloom as you'll ever see, and here it is in September. So that's one of the great things about these. The other thing is they're drought tolerant and they're deer tolerant. So they're a very versatile plant in a lot of different garden situations. Now, one of the things to take note of is if you've got concerns about bees, you're not going to want to use this. This is just covered with honeybees right now, and you know, the thing is, honeybees won't bother you. I've never been stung by a bee. I put my hands through here all the time, so they're really not a problem, but just know that a lot of people are freaked out by the bees, and these will, as most lavenders, will attract them. So here's the downside on this plant. A lot of the lavenders, most of the lavenders in my experience, get dead wood in them and start getting pretty tired after 2 to 3 years, depending on their growing situation. If you've got them in heavy soils like a clay and you don't have good drainage, a lot of times these will be dead in 2 years. So they like good drainage, but also they're just not a super long-lived plant. A lot of people complain about these, and I'll include some pictures so you can see the wood and how these look when they're not taken care of. Secondly, they need to be deadheaded. The nice thing is if you look at this, all these flowers are happening right up on top, and they're easy to get underneath and shear. Now, if you watch my video, I'm doing it by hand and it's very tedious. If you just go in and shear these, you can do it a lot faster, so your decision on that. But nonetheless, if you don't do it, the plant just looks terrible. It's covered with dead flowers, and you wish you didn't have it. So you have to be willing to put in the work if you're going to put this in, or your client has to be willing to put in the work, because to keep it looking good, it's easy to get all wrapped up in how beautiful this flower looks when it's going. I agree with you, but I literally stopped using this plant for over 10 years because of all the ones that died after the 3-year mark in the landscapes I had used these in. So, you know, be selective. I don't recommend using big masses of this plant, and even give your clients a heads up. Just say, hey, this blooms a lot. It's a little bit of work. The gardener or yourself needs to prune it probably 2 to 3 times a year, or deadhead it. And then be willing to replace it after anywhere from 2 to 4 years. I've never seen one look very good after 4 years. They just have a shorter life cycle. So that's okay. I mean, I've learned that that's just part of certain plants. They're so nice. I'll take that. But a lot of clients don't want that, and just make sure as a designer you're cluing your clients in about what the potential is for this plant. That's my lecture on Spanish lavender, but I feel strongly about it because I've been there, and I just don't want to saddle people. And really, this video series is about teaching good design practice with plants, and high maintenance, short-lived plants are counter to everything I believe in as a plant designer. So just take that into account when you're making your choices. And that is Spanish lavender. This is the issue with Lavender Stochas, Lavandula Stochas varieties. So you see how this last wave of blooms is dead, and it's about 3 to 6 inches below this current wave of flowers. So what happens is as those are dying, the next wave pushes, and you're conflicted. You don't want to cut off this next wave of flowers, but if you don't, you leave the dead ones down inside and the whole thing looks dirty. So that's one of the challenges with Spanish lavender varieties, is they do this cycle all the time, and they're a bit of work because of it. See this one here? It's got a lot of dead flowers there. So essentially, I'll just tell you, you want to bite the bullet, go ahead and deadhead those, and they'll quickly regenerate more buds and a heavier bloom cycle just to fill back in. It's the only way to do it, otherwise it'll drive you crazy trying to pick those deadheads out of there.